money is always a byproduct. I've never seen a successful entrepreneur who says, I'm here for a little bit more money.
I believe you need to debunk that myth for entrepreneurs right away. If the reason you're doing this is for money, you won't make it 5 years.
Money is just a measure to see how can you buy and sell things and do the transactions, right? By itself, it's meaningless.
Welcome to Outsource to Profits. I have a fantastic guest. Rafael, do you mind telling the audience who you are, what you do, and how you serve the world?
Thank you so much. My name is Rafael Eljou. I've been a serial entrepreneur 3 times, and right now I'm a system designer, business coach, and I'm also helping other entrepreneurs in their journey. Right now, I'm building a company that is designed to help and serve other entrepreneurs in their journey from beginning to an end. We are planning to serve them through a business catalyst platform. So if they are in the idea stage or if they are in the exit stage, we can help them all the way through the journey.
Fantastic. Now we're going to talk about something sensitive in the sense that, sometimes people will become accidental entrepreneurs. I think a lot of people dream of becoming entrepreneurs. And there's one thing to be an entrepreneur and there's another to end up building something of consequence and, becoming a CEO, so to speak. And the topic is around the pressure load on a founder and the point of view that I think people need to look themselves in the mirror and ask themselves, are you really cut out to be a founder? And over the years, I had to catch myself and ask myself this very question. And it kind of comes to nature versus nurture. Like, I was an entrepreneur as a child. I started a landscaping business with my high school friends. I worked on farms. I ran a fence painting business. And even from a childhood on, every moment of the few years I was an employee, all I would ever think about is how I ran my own thing. So it wasn't a nurture thing. Neither of my parents were entrepreneurs. So it was a nature thing. But
Correct.
Can you describe for the audience, let's kind of fly at 30,000 feet, then we'll sink downward. How do you help when you meet an entrepreneur that feels like they're on the fence? How do you help them self-diagnose? Is this really the thing for you?
Correct. And is this really inside of you? Usually when I look at some of these ads that they're trying to teach you entrepreneurship and they will tell you that, are you tired of working 8 to 5? Do you want to make a lot of money? And what they don't tell you that you want to be an entrepreneur? Well, good. Are you ready to work 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. every day, 24/7? Do you want to make a lot of money? That's great. Are you ready to work days after days, months after months, years after years, paying everyone and knowing that maybe at the end of the day, you're going to make a lot of money because you build a lot of value for the company. But in the meantime, you're going to have many days without any money because it's always about building value. Do you have that thick skin? And at the end of the day, you're going to ask yourself, what do I want? Do I really want that lifestyle? And most of the time, people are not looking for that lifestyle. That drive that you have inside of you should be there. I don't think that's something that you can teach people. The journey of being an entrepreneur is to find out that there's something inside of you really dragging you out of yourself. You don't know why. It's all against the fabrics of the universe that you've been trained. Like I went to the school, I became a civil engineer and a master of construction management. I was in a job site, had a perfect job, had a good career trajectory. Something inside of me was telling me that you're not here. You don't belong here. Why? This is like the best of the best. And you know what I did? I went out of that job, quit my job. My mom and dad thought I'm crazy. I started a company teaching people financial success. Why? Because it was something that was dragging me out. So as an entrepreneur, I don't believe that you can teach any person to become an entrepreneur. It is as if you say, I'm going to teach you to become a painter. You need to have that talent, something inside of you. And if you have it, then you can definitely nurture it. But you can't say every person can become an entrepreneur. I think it's an incorrect statement.
There's 2 sayings about entrepreneurs that have always stuck with me. My first in undergrad university, one professor in my first year entrepreneurship class, ironically, I had a degree in entrepreneurship. And the professor said the definition of an entrepreneur is somebody that's willing to work many years like most people can't, so that, or like most people won't, so that they can live the rest of their life like most people can't. That one, I've now been an entrepreneur for 20 years. That one's important, but hasn't struck me like the second one. When I was in my master's program, another entrepreneur was the professor. And he said, now he would be, so I'm 47 now. He was maybe 65 at the time. And he said, I want you to picture, all of you in the audience, you're 65 years old, and you come to realize that you look back and you made 50% less income than you probably would have if you had worked at Google, Amazon, Microsoft, what have you. But you were so happy you took this route, then you know you're ready for entrepreneurship, because statistically, you will make less money over your lifetime than you would have if you took that executive corporate job. So I'd love to pose you the question. You work with founders and entrepreneurs. How often does it come up that they want financial freedom? And do you have a similar, I believe you need to debunk that myth for entrepreneurs right away. If
Absolutely.
the reason you're doing this is for money, you won't make it 5 years.
Absolutely. The chances is that you won't even make it to the 3rd years or even the 1 year if it's just for money, because it's completely the opposite paradigm. It's like, I'm looking for value, not for the money. The moment that you become an employee of a company, people will pay you. You have the paycheck, everything's good. You can go and sell that. You can go and spend it, buy things, sell things, whatever you want. But when you are an entrepreneur, you are in the journey of finding where is the next source of value. And then money is always a byproduct. I've never seen a successful entrepreneur who says, I'm here for a little bit more money. Think about Steve Jobs. Think about Elon Musk. They have everything, but they're not really thinking about how can I increase a little bit to my money. It's absolutely nonsense. And they don't even, I'm pretty sure they don't even count it. They're just always focused on how can I grow and do the next big thing for my company and for my organization and for the world around me. And the byproduct of that is money. Money is just a measure to see how can you buy and sell things and do the transactions, right? By itself, it's meaningless. So if you are thinking that I need to become an entrepreneur to make a lot of money, I highly encourage you, don't become an entrepreneur. Go and find a good job and try to go through that career trajectory.
You won't survive those first few years. I've started and owned 3 agencies, and both of them, the first 2 years in all 3 agencies, I didn't pay myself. And I don't think people understand it. It was, we'll call it in the first agency, it was a little easier because I wasn't yet married and I didn't have kids. But imagine what it's like. Could you go 90 days without income? Now go, 24 months. But then you do agency 3, and you're in your 40s. Now your opportunity cost, you're in your prime earning years. And when your friends are making $250,000 a year working their corporate jobs, every year you didn't pay yourself. That's $250,000 you lost. And the next year, another $250,000 you lost. But you've invested it in yourself. Again, yes, it would be great if there's a financial windfall at the end. But it's because you're on a journey that very few get to experience. You don't get to see what it's like to build something from nothing.
And that question would haunt you every day, right? Every day you're asking yourself, why am I spending another 8 hours or 10 hours doing something while I know that I'm missing that opportunity cost? But it's not really a matter of the money.
Look at it. So the employee sit there and wishes, I'm doing this thing for 10 hours today. And there's some guy or gal that gets to own their own thing. Well, as the entrepreneur is thinking, oh my God, I'm not paying myself. I'm missing out on that corporate income. It's like we're both missing opportunity cost.
Correct.
But to your point, imagine, I've been an entrepreneur for almost 20 years. Imagine 20 years. And I have friends that could now in their late 40s, they're actually plotting their retirement dates. They're like, oh, and I know that I hit my pension days at this timeline, or I know I'm going to retire by this date. That sounds like prison. It sounds like they're counting down until they escaped from Alcatraz.
Correct.
So,
But as an entrepreneur, you can't really get retired, right? You can't retire this brain, your entity. It continues to go. It loves to generate value. And you can't say that I don't want to be me. It's whatever you have. And if you are interested to change the world, if you are the kind of guy who always see patterns, see things that other people don't see, if you are driven, if you're a problem solver, if you're a risk taker, if you're willing to take the responsibility and bring other people's with you, then I highly encourage you to become an entrepreneur. If you are looking just for yourself and what you can do and spending X number of hours doing your work and then do other things. And there's a good reason for that. For every entrepreneur in the world, we need 20, 100,000 people to work with them to move that idea, that vision to the next level. So there is no need for 50% entrepreneurs in the world. There is a reason that on average there are 3 or 4% entrepreneurs in the world, because it wouldn't make sense, right? The whole society would be out of balance. And I'm always laughing when people say, oh, we're going to make the whole world entrepreneurs. It doesn't work that way. If everyone's entrepreneurs, who are going to work with entrepreneurs?
every business would be 3 employees.
There you go.
In a 30-second soundbite, how do people get a hold of you if they want to learn more about your business?
Yeah. So my name is Rafael Eljou. You can search me on LinkedIn or Instagram. Also, my company is Jew.global, and we are building a business catalyst platform. So you guys can do whatever you want, and you wouldn't need to go to 20 different places. You can come to our website and use the platform. We will connect you to many services and product that you need, and hopefully we can serve you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being on Outsource to Profits.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.